Good evening, this is Nick Inman from VolumeProfileTrader.com on Monday, March 26th. This video is going to be short and to the point because we basically got the answer we were looking for, which was the market to continue higher. And talked about over the weekend, I'm going to bring up this hourly chart. We talked about if we can clear this high volume area, really 1397, wherever I said the high volume or the point of control was from last week. This morning, actually Sunday night and this morning, we bounced under that, and what happened, we broke out above that, and from there you can see how these highs really didn't matter. What did matter was this high volume area that we broke out from, and we've seen new highs. So overall, market continues in this uptrend we've seen, so you simply stick with what's working. You look at the market, you look at what we've been holding. Apple, not new highs today, but pressing up against those highs. High today of 607.50, 609 was the high, and what we'll do is we'll stick in this 4-hour time frame. You can see we're holding what is now March's point of control, 595. If we stay above that, we'll continue to move higher. If you're looking for a trade on Apple, I would look at some type of, use 595 as your line in the sand and look north. So, and if we cross below that, then look south. But it's really as simple as that. Amazon, I took off this call spread that, the second half of this position that we started last week. We owned the 185 by 195s, took that off for an easy double. I don't remember the exact percentage, but I know it's more than double. Then this 190 by 200 I took off today for 150% gain. Still own shares. Won't look to sell those until 215. But this looks good, and this is what you want to see on names that are breaking out from this consolidation range for the last 4 months. So Amazon looks good. Let's see. Mastech. This had a very nice day today. Up over 60 cents from where we bought it. Bought it at 18.50 last Friday actually, and we cleared those levels. You can see point of control for March, point of control for the last 180, which is 6 months. Really more than that. You can see going back to the end of July, mid-July. So we'd be looking for $20 on this, and from there you'd look up towards around 22. So I think this is in the midst of a breakout. Broadcom continues to work. Look at this point of control for March as your line in the sand. These recent lows around 37.60. I realize that's more than $1 away, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Looking at ConocoPhillips, this kind of it's working back into this range. What you want to look out for here is a lower high. If we get that, maybe look to sell into this strength. But if you have a longer term view on this, then I don't think this is one that you totally want to get away from just because of 1 month. You want to look for potential action, higher prices. Baidu giving you exactly what you wanted. Wish I didn't sell the 145 by 155 call spread, but I did, and that was, I want to say, for 60% gains last week. What we're looking for now, I have the 140 by 145. All I'm waiting for is to realize the full potential of that value. It's I'm way in the money, so that's great news. I just want to see this a little more time work off on it. Freeport, watch this consolidation range. If we break above 40, we're going higher. We're going much higher, probably to 45 or so, just because of the amount of volume that's been traded here. And that's good news, so just keep your eye on it. Walter, the one kind of downer on the day, you want to see this thing fairly quickly start to move above this recent range. If we can close above 65, that'll be a big positive for the stock, and should press to higher prices. But you can see the last thing you want to see is this thing hover at these lower levels, not give you a bounce, and then start to roll over. Kind of reminds me of what Alpha Natural Resources did which is made a new low today, but it was hovering around these lows. Give you small pops, but the last bit of it just kind of rolled over. So, you don't want to see that happen, and just be careful. Hewlett Packard, still think this is a name that you can look to get long. Didn't do anything with this today, just wanted to point it out. MasterCard giving you the breakout that you were looking for. We talked about it during the weekend update. Same thing with Visa and my hold, American Express, new 52-week high in all three of these names. So this is great news. This is what we wanted to see. Las Vegas Sands looks like it's breaking out too. This is good news. Now going on to some names that we've been looking at. I've had trades in and longer term views in. Gold's one of them. You can see breaking above March's point of control. This is going to travel for a little bit longer. You're close to the top end of the range, but just above 1700 is going to be your first target, followed by 1730 or so. On the GLD, we're long, which expires this week, the 161 by 164 call spread. If as long as everything works out like it should, this is going to turn out to be a winner, and that winner is going to turn into nearly 300% gains. 200% gains. So that's just something to be aware of. We've had a ton of winners in the last couple of weeks, really, and we just want to keep that ball rolling. And just to say, personally, my portfolio hit a all-time high today. I hope yours did too. And if so, that's good news. That's what you want to see. If not, work on it, but don't get frustrated. It takes time, and realize you want to cut your losses quick, and you want to let your winners work for you. That's why I like using options, because I can better manage my risk that way. So I like all of these names. And one new position that I initiated today, Oracle, the 29 by 31 call spread expiring in May. I went out a little bit just to give it some time. For 75 cents, I can make $2.25. So I like the risk reward there. And all I need is a little bit of a pop in this. Looking to buy some shares in this, but going to let it work out some. Not risking, 75 cents times the amount of option contracts you just decided to go with. You might remember 75 cents is actually $75. So if you're doing 10 contracts, it's really $750 that you're laying out. So just something to be aware of. But so overall, continue to ride this market higher. One thing you want to be aware of is any type of blow off top. If this thing really starts get going to the upside and say gets to 1450, ring that register and don't let this come back in your face. That's why I'm using options and spreads right now, because I'm managing my risk. I'm limiting my gains so I don't basically I keep my emotions intact, and really that's all there is to it. So as long as this market keeps going higher, it's going to be easy to keep making money in this market. So take care. That's really all. Take care. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.